Hello and welcome to a new episode of the Lore Archive. Today we will be talking about Sentience in Umbra frames when it comes to Warframe. We went into depth on what makes an Umbra in our last video, and now that we know the different types and variations of Umbras, what is unique or spectacular about Umbra frames and their sentience? What makes them really special? And what is their biggest potential? We will start with the ability to think and act on your own without control of another person or entity. That is what really makes an Umbra, being a rogue, being out of the ordinary. In regards to the Warframe Tenno connection, it is clear that whenever a Tenno appears on the battlefield to fight, they immediately lose control of that Warframe that they are using, and the Warframe stands still, and if it is an Umbra, it fights on. This is due to two reasons. The Tennos cannot multitask by fighting and controlling the Warframes at the same time. Transference is a psychic link, and it takes a lot of focus to establish and maintain a connection. A Tenno being physical means that they have to divide their brain focus, their brain power, basically their brain control, to control themselves and to control something else. That is something that is quite impossible for them to do, at least as of this moment. The second reason, which supports the first one, as we said in our Umbra explanation video, the soul of the person who became the Warframe must be there to take control of the body whenever the Tenno releases that Warframe. But since most Warframes have been tamed and their soul and spirit have been lost to the plane, it is hard to recover their souls in the transference plane or give them back their sentience, the way we did with Excalibur Umbra. This is why Umbra frames are very special. So, can Umbra frames take on missions? Can they make tough decisions and do things for you? Well, actually the answer is yes, they can. Because of this freedom, an Umbra Warframe is fully alive and aware of their presence. And evidence of this is something that we saw at the very end of the Sacrifice quest. When the Lotus attempted to destroy the Tenno, the Excalibur Umbra swooped in and picked up the Tenno and backed out. This is something that was also quite evident during the first phases or the first settings of the Sacrifice mission. Excalibur Umbra was aware of his actions, and that is why it attacked the Tennos first, before it realized what was going on. It was still holding on to that long lost son that it had before it was turned into a Warframe. It was just executing that roguelike nature because it was going through so much emotional pain. Losing a son by your own actions, that is also where the paternal instinct of this frame really comes into play. Excalibur Umbra actually sees us, the Tenno, as his own child, and he will do everything to keep us safe and keep us alive. And let's also remember, we are the first phases that he has seen in the transference plane, and that is one of the major things that makes it quite interesting and also shows that deep and strong connection. This is why it was able to step in and save the Tenno every time that the Tenno needs it. While the relationship between Excalibur Umbra and the Tenno is more of a father and child, father-son, father-daughter relationship, other Umbra relationships will be based on the base and core story of the individual under the mask, the individual that was turned into the Warframe. So if you have a Ash Umbra, Rhino Umbra, the relationship that we build with those will be based on how they lived their lives before and their own personal story. Umbra frames, in theory, can actually go on missions for you. They can do quests for you, do bounties for you, do whatever you don't want to do. The same way you have the scavenger drones in the Dead Space games, you can literally send an Umbra out to a particular system and have them go and complete missions, different rails, assassinate a target, or play a specific mission like Archwing that you don't want to play. They could load into missions as specters, playing alongside other regular players. That of course will be something that will require some dedication from DE, and if DE wants to push for that, I doubt that they will do that anyway, but still, that is something good to know that in theory, these things can actually happen. Now, these are some of the biggest potential of an Umbra Warframe, so now you know what an Umbra can do. Anyways, thanks for watching, hope you enjoyed this, I'll see you in the next Lore Archive.